welcome to Walk and Talk episode 1. I am going to choose one of these questions here to go with. Is there a supplement for that? Or have you changed your diet? We can cover both of those. Let me just pop my phone away. Readjust my camera. As you can see, it is extremely choppy, well, a little bit choppy for the sea, and it is absolutely freezing. Have you changed your diet? That is a brilliant question, because yes, I have. When I was first diagnosed and I was at stage 2, I wanted nothing more than to have diet be an option and not need to take any medications. At the time, I didn't need any blood pressure medications or anything else. I was having repeated UTIs, which I was reluctant to take low dose antibiotics for. Again, I tried everything with diet. Guess what? Didn't make a difference. I ended up having eating problems, not eating enough variety, going through cycles of I found a website of people with eating disorders that said just eat what you want to get better, and I did, and it helped, but I ended up putting on loads of weight, and that caused me to feel, not loads and loads, but just enough where I felt uncomfortable. So I tried it all. Anyway, I got pregnant with my third child. I nearly died from preeclampsia. Again, I was very reluctant to take blood medications, but I had a kidney doctor basically tell me if I don't, I will die young. After that pregnancy, I was stage 3 CKD. That was in 2012, and it is now 2025, and I am down to around 20% or 20% kidney function, 20 GFR. So that's where I am. Slowly been going down and down and down up till 2017. I wasn't taking my blood pressure medication the best I could. This medication was also to reduce the protein leak in the kidneys, which I can always cover in another video. I have been leaking protein continuously ever since mid-stage of my third pregnancy. It never stopped. I was on different BP meds that didn't prevent proteinuria after giving birth, just while I was breastfeeding, and then I went on to the standard, what they call ARBs, I forgot what it's called now. Anyway, angiotensin. I can't remember. That's really annoying. Anyway, it blocks a pathway that prevents your blood vessels constricting basically in the kidneys and prevents protein loss. So I went onto those, and let's go back this way. And then I took them as much as I could. I used to worry about side effects, but in reality the side effects, a lot of them were probably from not eating properly, from stress, from anxiety. There's a lot of drama in my life as well that I won't go over, probably lots of added stress. And it came to a point when my kidney function got to around 25%, and that's when I started getting scared. I was like, right, it's going down each year. In reality, I don't have a lot left. If I got really ill and it hit my kidneys, or I did the wrong thing, it hit my kidneys, I could end up with no kidney function, and that's really scared me, to be honest with you. I have started taking my medication religiously, and I guess what scared me the most is when I got to, I think it's down to 23 GFR, I saw my nephrologist and they started talking about transplant. So it was just a conversation. Every appointment I'd go to, it's just a conversation about what you think about transplants. And I wasn't there yet. It's when you get below 20, they have tests and things to prepare you more in depth. But every single appointment, there was a conversation what do you think about transplant? And every time I would leave crying. And so eventually I used AI to help me, did a bit of research around dialysis options, transplant, all the pros and cons, what medications there are, etc, etc. And I wrote a long email off to my nephrology team saying I leave crying every time, what's the point in talking about this if it's not here yet, blah 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 blah. And that's when I got an email back offering me renal counselling. And also I'd asked to speak to a renal dietitian through the renal team, which, although there were I've got high urea and obviously high creatinine, but my PTH is high, but I take medication for that, which is parathyroid hormone. I take medication for that. I'd never been able to speak to a dietitian, which I think even in early stage I wish I'd have done that, because I think it would have helped with my health anxiety, or everything I was thinking around food and feeling like food would be able to save me and I could prevent a decline in kidney function, even though now I realise there is structural damage that, okay, maybe there's some foods that you can eat to, you know, improve your health generally, but they're not going to reverse the damage that has already been done. And that's why medication is needed, as much as I hate to admit that. I have noticed a difference since taking my medication religiously, of feeling, I do feel a lot better. I feel more mentally stable, I'm eating better. I do have, you know, I have my ups and downs with worrying about side effects and stuff, but what I do is take my medication religiously. My kidney function is still going down, to be honest with you. I do wonder if I'd have taken it religiously from the beginning, would things have been different? I also wonder whether it is helping it go down quicker. You know, because when I was on the different medication, the beta blockers after pregnancy, while I was still breastfeeding, it didn't seem to, I had the protein leak, but it didn't seem to go down as much as it has. And the medications I'm on now also do cause a slight drop in kidney function, but then it's meant to stabilise, but I've been going down, 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 down. So all this runs through my head all the time. It's nice to be out here walking and talking, actually. And then going back to that email that I sent off to the nephrology team, like I said, I ended up getting a renal counsellor. Finally, that would have been wonderful at early stages, even less, you know, even once a year, a renal counsellor and speaking to a dietitian just once a year, just to have some reassurance. I think that's something that the medical system could do that doesn't cost a lot and can help patients with their anxieties in early stages. The renal dietitian has been absolutely amazing. To be honest, we went over a lot of things that I guess were in my life related to stress, not always necessarily related to kidneys, just to help me manage all the stress in my life. And I've got 2 more sessions left that I can save, which I will be saving for whatever happens next. I've got a blood test in 2 weeks after, so basically last month I had a blood test that came back, it had dropped from 23 down to 19. Normally it's dropped to 22 at the least. So I've got another blood test to follow up, actually it's next week now, and then another blood test in a month's time, and if it stays low then obviously it's the transplant workup, or choosing to do dialysis. I haven't got a clue what I really want to do. My nephrologist obviously would prefer transplant because apparently that's the best outcome. So yeah, that's where I am at the moment. Thank you for listening, and take another beautiful look at the sea. Take care, bye bye.